life, culture, they can sit like, oh, jump up and dance. It's something that brings together, it's one of the only things that brings together the entire community. There's a lot of problems, as I'm sure you're aware, in Brazil, with poverty and differences between rich and poor. When Carnival arrives, it's just about the only national celebration that allows everybody to come together and be on the same level as one. The Brazilian Samba schools, the Carnival groups, the Carnival associations, are one of the only things in the poor areas that support the local communities and especially the young people in these local communities. The government doesn't. The Carnival associations do. So the money that they raise gets passed down into the community. It's a really, really important thing that kind of supports all of the stuff that's underground in Brazil is supported by Carnival. The other thing that Brazilian community is passionate about is, well, what's Brazil famous for other than footy and beaches? Other than football and beaches, sorry. Give it away, football. Brazil is famous for football, coffee, yeah. Drugs. Sex. So, one of the only other things that brings together communities in the way that Carnival does is football. And they work hand in hand. Each football team has its own samba school, for example. So, I assume you've seen Brazil play, and you've heard drums in the background. Those drums belong to the football team. They have their own samba school. And the Carnival culture runs throughout everyday life as well, in the way that what you've just done essentially is sung to one of the ancient African goddesses of change and of storm. Okay? So in football, they also sing to the same goddess in Bahia in the north. And the idea is that the wind and the storm is behind the player, pushing him along so they faster. Okay? So we're going to look at another little chant to help us out, but in more of a football type of way. Okay. So feel free to yell it. Alright? So similar words to before. Oya. Oya. De. De. Uo. Uo. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Okay. Imagine you sat at a football match. It's really important for the next bit. Maybe you should stand up and wave your flags. Okay, so we're going to sing. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. I think we need some cans of lager. Oh yeah. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. So it's going to go. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Twice, okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Next bit. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Right. We got two in the first bit and then a long one. So, Oya de uo. Oya de uo. Oya de uo. performed to you up to now is something quite sort of traditional in its roots, very, very African rooted music, like the bands are playing in the back, see it on the drum, one of the most famous samba reggae groups in Brazil. What they've done, it gets better. What they've started to do now is move on, keep standing, is move on from traditional rhythms and start to introduce more popular styles of music into their cultures. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate in a moment something called samba funk, which is a mixture of samba and funk. But first, we're going to learn to play some of it ourselves. Okay, so I know some of you weren't here earlier, so we're just going to start at the beginning with this clapping thing again. Yeah, I'm going to clap 4 times, then you clap 4 times. Me first. 1, 2, 3, clap. And as I said before, it sounds better with a smile. Start to create more of a beat. So for that here, we're going to continue just clapping. So I'm stamping, keeping it going. Okay, we're going to answer what's happening over there. Yeah? idea of more popular rhythms have now come into Brazilian samba schools and Brazilian carnivals, so we'll play the funk. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to play one more rhythm, and then we'd like to invite you to have a go. You want to that? Yeah. So we've been working recently on samba, which is one of the most famous types of carnival rhythm from Brazil. So, you there? Oh, you're still up there. If you ever went over there. So we're just going to perform a short example of samba. Let's try that again.